I know what's there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's going to turn into things like we're going to be getting everything from Amazon, your toothpaste and everything else. Because then if they're making it where the smaller theft is not even a penalty for it,
Right.
the person that's getting high would just be standing in front of the store going, yo, give me the $15. I'll go get everything you want. Tell me what you want. And just walk in the store. All this stuff is free. And you give them $15 and you give you $30 worth of shit. And you just go home. Why would that not happen? Why would that not happen, bro? You see what I'm saying? Like, if you these laws, it just doesn't make sense to me that you.
That's happening in New York too, I think.
553 in California would make it illegal for store employees to confront shoplifters. So if I've got this right, it's not illegal to shoplift, but it's illegal to confront the shoplifters. I mean, this is baffling.
We have now reached a new low in California of coddling criminals and not supporting crime victims. You're basically telling the crime victims, and again, this is a very common thing. The smash and grabs, the shoplifting. These small business owners are being traumatized. They're being repeatedly hit by these shoplifters and not confronting them. And if you do, you're going to be charged with a crime. Now, the bill sponsor says he's only concerned about the safety of shop owners. Well, if you're concerned about the safety of shop owners, put these people behind bars.
Right.
Prosecute them.
Change the laws.
Change the law. Enforce the laws, for goodness sakes.
Starting at midnight tonight, the Sheriff's Department will no longer detain people for crimes such as theft, shoplifting, drug use, vandalism, battery, and a whole host of other non-serious, non-violent crimes that affect the quality of life of people here in Los Angeles County.
LA Deputy DA John McKinney explains that due to Judge Lawrence Riff's ruling, many people arrested will be released immediately without having to pay bail before their arraignment.
Judge Riff made the point of saying that he implored California officials like the sheriff, the chief of police, the district attorney, the city attorney. He implored them to testify to explain why he shouldn't issue this order. And he was surprised when no one stood up to challenge it.
No one challenged it. Not LAPD Chief Michael Moore, LA County Sheriff Robert Luna, or District Attorney George Gascon.
Most retailers in California has some type of policy telling the employees not to report low-level property crimes. The practical reality is most retailers have learned if they call law enforcement for a theft of less than $950, either law enforcement will not respond, or if they respond, at most what they will do is issue a citation. And that's for a number of understandable reasons. One is there's no consequence, and number two, if the person is emotionally disturbed in some way, fights with their employees, then the store will be sued by the person that they attempted to arrest. And depending on what city you're talking about, San Francisco, Los Angeles, there's little or no consequence for theft. And so what we've done is we've convinced a large number of people here in the state that there is no consequence for their action. And so we have this increased lawlessness that comes from it. The view is, I can take other people's property because nothing will happen to me.
Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rekal Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught me this truth. And peace and blessings with all sincerity to the hopeful elect. It's Zachariah coming at you with another lesson. And Lord's willing, it be edifying. So I'm going to start out with Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. And it reads, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And in this society, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, sits in the power seat, sits in the throne of his empire, America, Babylon the Great. Okay? And not only America, but the world. You know, his influence is spread throughout the four corners of the earth. And these Edomites have the power to fix the world with all their wealth, with the power to be able to write laws and amend laws, they can fix it if they truly wanted to. But we know that Job 9:24 states that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and that these Edomites are allergic to righteousness. They can't get right. And I'm not talking about you Joe Six-Pack Edomites. I'm talking about the nobles of Esau Edom. Okay, the nobles, the chief house of Edom, Amalek. Okay, the small hat, big nose people. All right, the elites of the world, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the ones that sit in high places behind the curtain, pulling the strings of the puppets. And it says, and through his policy. All right, let's get the definition of policy.
Policy.
A course or principle of action adopted or proposed by a government, party, business, or individual. So through their policies, their legislations, and the things that they pass, it causes craft to prosper, man. Okay, let's look up this word craft real quick. All right. And let's get the outline of biblical usage. Okay. Craft, deceit, treachery. Because this is this devil's MO. He comes to you as if he's doing something to benefit the citizens or the people. All well in his mind, he's thinking of ways, okay, to destroy you. This is how this devil works. And all this lawlessness that's taking place is orchestrated. It's planned. Whether it's through, agent provocateurs, which are intensifying these, what do they call them? Snatch and dashes. Or these policies that's allowing people to literally walk up into stores and take whatever they want. They're destroying small business. And this is the plans of the elite. You have to remember, during the pandemic, those, 2 years, it was one of the largest transfers of wealth from the middle class to the elites. It made the middle class poor and made the elite richer. So they're coming to the conclusion that, hey, all we have to do is destroy the competition. And this is how they're destroying the competition, destroying these small businesses, destroying you entrepreneurs out there. And it's ultimately to what? To chip the people. Revelations 13 and 16. All this is leading to a police state, and Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, ultimately, where they're gonna implement the charagma, that RFID chip. Okay, so enough of me rambling. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall he destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So Esau Edom, man, pertaining to Malachi 1 and 4, is the wicked that the Bible speaks of. And you people are going to find out the hard way. This man has no problem with killing, stealing, bringing all manner of death and violence to achieve an agenda. Okay, just look at 9/11. How many people died during 9/11, just so he can go into another country, lying about weapons of mass destruction to take that country's resources. So he's a one-trick pony. It's nothing new. All right? It's nothing new. All right, from there, let's get Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. All right. Woe meaning destruction. And that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Right. These people with the stroke of a pen write grievousness. With the stroke of a pen, they can change policies that bring about mischief and trouble, that bring about chaos. And the people just sit back and say, man, why would somebody be so dumb to make a law or a policy like this, to pass something like this? Because it's all intentional what they're doing. It's all intentional. This devil wants to be like the Most High. He wants the people, the citizens, to be able to have to come to him for the want of all things. The want of all things. And he's putting policies and legislation in place to achieve his agenda. Ultimately his new world order. So these things that are taking place are just not by chance or coincidences. There are no coincidences. These things were planned out methodically, man, strategically, over years and years and years. This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity. Iniquity is sin upon sin. And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power, in the power of their hands. Right. These elites, man, have all the time in the world. They don't have to wake up and go to work. They don't have 9 to 5s. They have all the money and resources and time, okay, to figure out how to best control the cattle, which are you people. It's not enough for them to have all the wealth, all the riches, and want for nothing. They're bored of that. When you have everything, the next thing that brings you joy is just pure power, because you've experienced everything. So now you want pure power, pure control over the people. And that's ultimately what his new world order is going to grant him, or that's what he's wishing for it to grant him. So they like I said, they have all the time in the world, man, to just sit and think of wicked, mischievous ways, man, to oppress the people. And what does the scripture says? When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power. Because it is in the power of their hand. Right. Who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop the wicked elite from doing what they want? From implementing their enterprise, their new world order. I mean, ultimately it's going to be Yahawashi HaMashiach, who you people ignorantly call Jesus. But he's going to get 99.9% of this new world order implemented, man. And a lot of you people are going to die. And he's going to cause a whole lot of chaos and a whole lot of death, to the point where you people are begging to take his charagma, begging to take his mark, begging to do whatever he says to bring civilization out of chaos and back to some form of normalcy. Because it's going to get bad out here. This is Psalm chapter 64 and verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune laying snares. Privily, they say, who shall see them? Right. This is how the elite feel. You know, they go throughout history changing their names and identities, marrying, you know, their keeping the marrying of their families in the family, and thinking that nobody knows what they're doing. You know, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, all these elite families, man, that run this world. But the Lord sees them. The Lord's elect sees them and are patiently waiting, because we want these things to take place, because the more these prophecies unfold, the closer we are to the end of this thing, the end of our bid, the end of our captivity in America, Babylon the Great. The wicked has to be destroyed. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thoughts of every one of them and the heart is deep. So these devils, man, they've done their homework. They've done their homework, man. And they have their AI and their algorithms and everything set up for this new world order to commence. They're just one false flag attack away, but everything is set. So now is the time to repent and prepare, man. Because this devil doesn't have the elect food. We see right through. We see right through them like glass. So Lord's willing, this was edifying. Shalom, Israel. Wa abad babal.